Hello and welcome to Belgian Diecast Restorations. I'm Johan and at the moment it's quite hot outside, so it's a perfect time to have a look at the new models I collected this summer. In my last video I mentioned that I don't have a lot of Dinkies to restore, as I only have a few of them, so I'm planning to change this. So there will be quite some Dinkies in the box today. The first is of course a Dinky. It's a Caravan, number 190. Just Caravan. It is missing a tow hook in front. It's just a metal hook that goes down and that clicks underneath the car, that hooks underneath the car. It's quite an ingenious system. I can either fabricate a tow hook or find one online. The axle is bent, so that needs to be straightened out, and the bottom plate is very rusty and it has been painted over, so I'll try to restore this as close to the original as possible. I think that's the original paint, orange paint and white. We can see underneath blue here. Next up we have a Corgi. That's the forward control Jeep with the, how do you call it, the transport ribbon or transport band. Of course the band is of course long gone, but I can find a new one online. It is bent, of course. The mechanism is not quite what it used to be, so that has to be straightened out, but for the rest in quite good condition. Needs new tires, a new paint job, of course, like all the cars. So this will be not an easy restoration, but might be fun. Next up we have a Matchbox, Majorette, I want to say, Citroen CX number 12. That's from the super fast range. Just your standard 70s car, 1979. Very nice model. I got this from a yard sale. It's complete with the trunk in place. I think this is plastic, yeah. So, and like with the Volkswagens, the T2 Volkswagen, the trunk lid is held in place by the window unit. So it's complete, it just needs to be freshened up. Next we have an older Majorette. This is a Maserati SM. I don't think if that's a mistake or something, because that looks like a Citroen SM, not a Maserati SM. But it says Maserati SM. I do have a Citroen SM in my box, and you can see the Citroen logo clearly on the bonnet. So yeah, I think Majorette made a mistake here, unless I'm wrong and Maserati made exactly the same model as Citroen, but I doubt that. It's in good shape. It's green. It once was green and has been painted green by its owner, so it just needs a good new paint job, some cleaning up, and it will be good to go. And of course this is a Matchbox. This is the doctor's emergency car. Not bad shape. Windows are in good condition. Decals are missing, need to be replaced. It has a slight crack here. I see this in all the SM, Citroen SM from Matchbox. It's like there's some stress on this part that makes the front piece here crack in the middle. It has a steering wheel, which is also quite rare. The beacon has been pushed in, so that needs to be repaired, but good candidate for restoration. Next up we have a Ziku. Not the only Ziku in my box. This is a V336 or V335 Mercedes-Benz LP608. It's a longer version of the truck. It's a car transporter, missing its window unit and beacon, but I have another one with that can be used for parts. Needs a new rope, new rope and new tow hook, and of course this was painted gold, but originally it's bare metal, so that needs to be stripped. So I think it also is missing some decals. I will have to look into it. Next up we have the Corgi Bedford Chipperfield Circus truck tractor unit. As a giraffe transporter, missing of course its 2 giraffes. I bought this one mainly because it's fairly complete. It even has its side view mirrors, and the unit with the giraffes, the plastic cargo unit, is not cracked or broken in any way. Only a small piece here that is missing that locks the rear door in place, but that can be glued, can be replaced. Decals are in fairly good condition, but I may replace these. And of course needs a new paint job, but a very good candidate for restoration. Next up we have another forward control Jeep. I think there are quite a few of them around. This is the lift. I think it came with a lamp post or something. This one doesn't have an interior. I think this model came without the interior. The basket here is a bit broken, that needs to be fixed, and the arm here is bent, so that also needs to be straightened out. I think it's a fairly straightforward model to do, so I might be doing this one in the near future. Next up we have another Dinky. This is a Princess 2200 HL. I think it's a Vauxhall if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Flecked with rust, so it definitely needs to be restored, and I might be doing some customizing on the tail lights here. Fairly big car. I think that's a 130 scale or 132 if I'm not mistaken, 138 maybe. But it's a later Dinky and a very nice model to restore. Next up we have 2 Jaguar police cars. There's a Jaguar XJ12, and I have a couple of those, only showing these 2. This one is not in too bad condition. This one is worse, missing its front grille and headlights. Like I said, I have a few of those, so I might be changing out parts to make at least a couple of good looking police cars from this one. Of course needs to have new decals, and I have to look up these decals and make new ones like I usually do. These won't be straightforward, so this will take some time. So very nice Matchbox police cars. Next up we have the Aston Martin DB5, the James Bond one from Corgi. Not complete of course, but it's always nice to have one in the parts box. I don't think I will be restoring this one because yeah, it's missing its passenger and missing its roof, I think. So yeah, this will go in the drawer. Maybe I can do something with it, maybe I don't. We'll see. Next we have 2 fire chief cars. These are what are these? Dodge Monaco Estate. K67 and 88 Super Kings. Not bad models. All have a tailgate. All fairly complete. If I restore these, I will have to make new decals, or I'll make something entirely different to make something customized from it. I'll see what I can do with this. This is a civilian version of the Dodge Monaco. Yeah, in the States. This one was once beige, like we can see over here in the boot. It has been painted green by its previous owner. Has a slight crack in the window, but I have a couple of those, and the windows of the fire cars and the normal civilian version are interchangeable, so I may be doing some swapping out to make a good car out of this. Next, we have the Ford Sierra Matchbox from 1982, Ford Sierra XR4i. Very nice model, very big model also, with very detailed, with tilting seats. It's complete with no cracks in the window, just needs to be polished. So I might be doing a custom paint job on this one. Next up we have another Ziku. This is the Range Rover from Ziku, fairly modern. I mean, by modern I mean 80s, 90s. I also already have one of those, but it's missing its front grille. I might be taking out this front grille, taking the measurements and reproducing this in a 3D software to make a 3D printable file. So I may have to I might have to complete cars with a 3D printed front. That's the main reason why I got this one. Of course, if I restore it, I have to close the holes here, ones at the roof rack or something. But these are nice models. I love Ziku. Next we have another Dinky. That's a Citroen DS19. Fairly old model. My dad had one of those as a kid. I still have it. It has a black roof normally and a cream body. No interior, no steering wheel, just simple model. So I might be restoring this one soon. Of course, the A-pillars are broken, so this needs to be glued. But yeah, it looks good. It will be a good project to form a video. Next up, we have a police car, Mercedes 350 SLC. This is by Matchbox, opening bonnet. This one has been painted over by its previous owner. Has faded beacons, faded windows, but I don't think the windows are that bad. The look is very good. I might be replacing the beacons or repainting them. And of course new decals, but this will be a nice project to do. Next up we have another Dinky Toys. This is the Nash Rambler, also a fire car, fire chief, Dinky Toys, Meccano, England. Missing its beacon, we can see the red color underneath. It has been painted over, a crack in the window, but those parts can be ordered online. And yeah, I already made the decals for the doors, so this might come up very soon on my channel. Next up we have a three-part. This is the pipe truck by Matchbox, the king size, the Super Kings version, Camel Contractor. it needs to be like this with the pipes, and they are attached with rubber bands. Of course, this one is in a pretty poor shape, missing its front grille. The suspension is broken. I might be using this one for parts, since I have a Scamel tow truck that is missing one of its headlights. So I might be taking off one of these headlights and put it on the Scamel, on the tow truck. So yeah, this one is a parts truck, and I might be making a complete one out of those two. Next, we have another Dinky. This is a large one. This is the REF fire tender. Very large, very heavy, all metal. Very nice model. Of course, it's missing its ladder piece with the large wheels. These can be bought online also, but it's rather expensive. But I think it's worth it to restore this model back to its former glory. It's a very nice model. Next up, we have a Peugeot by Matchbox, Peugeot 305. Very straightforward model, number Super Kings, number K5, I think, of K or K8. I don't like cars with ads on them, so I may be doing a custom paint job on this one. Next, another Dinky. I think that's the last Dinky. That's the Superior Criterion ambulance. I bought this in a yard sale, missing its tailgate, but this can be bought online. Window is cracked, can also be bought online. Missing its passenger, can also be bought online. But it has the driver and the passenger, just needs new tires. There's a steering mechanism. But yeah, straightforward for restoration. If I get the parts, I still have to order those. It's a very nice model, and the casting is not damaged in any way. So this might come up for restoration pretty soon. Next, we have two Matchbox Mercedes-Benz Benz ambulances. The number 6, I think that is. Yeah, the K6, and that is the Super Kings K26. It's very hard to find this old version with the window intact, because the beacon, when you press down on the beacon, it puts pressure on the window, making the windscreen crack down the middle. So it's very common to find these with a crack in the windscreen in the front. This windscreen was complete, but the previous owner had some fun with it. Oh, something falls off. I think that's part of the... Oh, the A-pillar fell off. Yeah. So this will be some work. I'll put the A-pillar inside. But I might be looking into printing a new passenger, a new patient to put inside. Will not be an easy restoration, but I will try to put the window unit of this one into the older car, because the casting is mainly the same. It's just the wheels that are different. Next, we have a Majorette. This is a Fiat Ritmo. Used to be red, apparently, but the owner painted it. Fairly straightforward model. Might come up on my channel very soon, because yeah, it's pretty complete, easy to restore. Might be doing this in between larger restorations. Next up, another Majorette. This is a Volvo 245DL. Also very complete, no cracks, opening hatch door. Just needs a new paint job. So might also come up on my channel pretty soon. Next we have, I have a few of those. It's a Mercury commuter K23 Super Kings. It's a rally version or something like that. Missing of course its decals, but I don't care for these decals, and we'll try to make a new paint job for this one. Also missing the tires on the roof rack. Roof rack is also damaged, but I have spares. I have to look into finding new tires that fit on these wheels. But not a bad model. There's also a police version of this one. I think even a fire truck, fire chief version. Matchbox made a lot out of these, out of this casting, and it also exists, if I'm not mistaken, in the Matchbox small version. Next, we have a Volvo, another Volvo. This is the Volvo Estate K74 Matchbox. It's plastered with number plates, Belgian number plate in the front and in the rear. So it's a Belgian car. I bought this from a Belgian seller. Pretty good condition. Window is in very neat, no cracks or anything. So this is a prime candidate for cleaning up and give it a new paint job. Next up, we're into Volvos today. We have two of them, also Matchbox. There's the ambulance from the Volvo Estate, and that is also a rally car or something, rally support car. They're both basically the same model, but they have a different roof units. Ambulance, of course, is the beacon and the horns, and the rally car has the spare parts on the roof. Both the ambulance is in very good condition. It's only missing its passenger. Its patient. Might be looking online what he looks like, and maybe I can find a way to reproduce him in the 3D printer. Also have to reproduce the decals. I have to do this myself, of course, because these decals are not available online. Very nice model, pretty recent, in a way recent, 1979, but very nice model. It's the kind of model I would have loved to have as a kid. And of course this one is in worse condition, but still salvageable. Window is a tiny crack in the front, but we can live with that. Of course, it needs to, I think it's missing its rear bumper, so yeah, this can be a problem. The rear bumper broke off, so this might be demoted to parts car, or maybe if I can find a new bumper to go on there, or maybe reconstruct a new bumper. It's a plastic part. Maybe I can take this bumper as reference and make a 3D model for the 3D printer. We'll see. Then we have another fire truck. I know, I think this is a truck for the forest guard or forest ranger. Range Rover 1977 Killer Forest. I think it's missing its ladder, so I have to look into finding a ladder for this car. There's a plastic hatch. I think the fire trucks, I have a few of them also. I have a metal hatch. We'll look into this. But fairly complete, no problems with the windows, so prime candidate for restoration. Also the side mirrors are still there, they just need to be straightened with some heat. And last but not least, two American police cars. Those are Plymouth Grand Fury. I think this one was the NYPD version, judging from the blue. It once was. The beacons have suffered a bit, but yeah, we'll see what we can do with those. Maybe swap out some parts and make one good one out of them. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and tick that notification bell. And see you in the next video.